Hello students, we are discussing chapter 3 business environment and we have already discussed the meaning of business environment, its features, importance and dimensions. Now we shall be discussing the LPG. This is famous with this term LPG, that is liberalization, privatization and globalization. So LPG we shall be discussing now. First of all, liberalization. Liberalization means the economic reforms that were introduced aiming at the liberalization of Indian business and industry from all necessary controls and restrictions. These signaled the end of license permit quota raj. Earlier, license permit quota raj was there, means the license are to be taken from the government agencies, and this was very difficult work. There were so many formalities to get a license and quotas, but under the liberalization, all these things are to be removed, and doing the business activities will be very liberal. So, liberalization means a removal of unnecessary controls and restrictions on business. Let us discuss some of the features of liberalization. Liberalization means abolishing the licensing requirement in most of the industries. Number two, freedom in deciding the scale of business activities. Number three, removal of restriction on the movement of goods and services. Number four, freedom in fixing the prices of goods and services. Number five, reduction in tax rates and lifting of unnecessary controls over the economy. Number six, simplifying procedures for imports and exports. So these are some of the features of liberalization. Let us discuss now privatization. Let us discuss the meaning of privatization. Privatization means giving greater role to the private sector in the nation building process and a reduced role in the of the public sector. To achieve this, government redefined the role of public sector in new industry policy in 1991. The term disinvestment means for this purpose, disinvestment word was introduced, and disinvestment means transferring the public sector enterprises to the private sector in results in the dilution of stake of the government in the public enterprises. If there is dilution of government ownership beyond 51%, it would result in the transfer of ownership and management of the enterprise to the private sector. Third one is globalization. Let us discuss now globalization. Globalization means integrating the various economies of the world, leading towards the emergence of a cohesive global economy. Means to do the business globally. Means till 1991, the government of India had followed a policy of strictly regulating imports in values and value terms. The government and regulations were with respect to licensing of imports and tariff restrictions and many quantitative restrictions. As for this globalization, the aim of globalization we can discuss here. What is the aim of globalization? Number one, removal of quantitative as well as tariff restrictions. Number two, import liberalization and export promotion through rationalization of tariff structure and foreign exchange. Number three, free flow of goods and services across nation. Number four, free flow of capital across the nation. Number five, free flow of information and technology. Number six, free movement of people across the borders of the different countries. So this is globalization. Globalization means doing the business globally to ease the business condition throughout the world. Now, these three things we have discussed, that is globalization, privatization, liberalization, privatization, and globalization. Now we shall be discussing the term demonetization, which is recently added in the syllabus. Demonetization. The government of India announced demonetization of two largest denomination notes, 500 and 1000. As a result, the existing 500 and 1000 currency notes closed to be legal tender. This led to 86% of the money in circulation invalid. What was the aim of this demonetization? So, the aim of demonetization was to curb corruption, counterfeiting, the use of high denomination notes for illegal activities, and especially the accumulation of black money generated by income that has not been declared to the tax authorities. What were the features of demonetization? Let us discuss some of the features of demonetization. Number one, demonetization is viewed as a tax administration measure. Cash holding arising from the declared income was readily deposited in banks and exchanged for new notes, but those with black money had to declare their uncounted wealth and pay taxes at a penalty rate. Second feature is monetization is also interpreted as a measure to improve tax compliance. It indicated that evasion will no longer be tolerated or accepted. Tax collection increased because of measured disclosure. Number three, demonetization also led to channelizing saving into formal financial system. Number five, demonetization is aimed to create a less cash or cash light economy. Cash transactions declined. Digital transactions using RuPay, debit cards, Aadhaar enabled payments are increased. So this was about the demonetization. Now we shall be discussing the last content of this chapter, that is impact of government policy changes. Impact of government policy changes on business and industry. Impact of government policy changes on business and industry. Let us discuss this thing. The policy of liberalization, privatization, and globalization of the government has made a significant impact on the working of enterprises. The Indian corporate sector has come face to face with the several changes due to government policy changes. These are the changes. Means the impact of government policy on the business and industry can be discussed on in form of these headings. Number one, increased competition. Due to liberalization, privatization, and globalization, the competition has increased. As a result, the liberalization of industrial licensing and entry of foreign firms, competition of Indian firms has increased, especially in service industries like telecommunication, airlines, banking, insurance, etc. Number two, more demanding customers. Customers today have become more demanding because they are well informed. Increased competition in the market gives the customer wider choice in purchasing better quality of goods and services. Next is market orientation. Earlier, the firm used to produce first and go to the market for sale later. In other words, they had production oriented marketing operations. In fast changing world, there is a shift to market orientation in uh, as much as the firms have to study and analyze the market first and produce goods accordingly. Number four, a rapidly changing technological environment. Students, the technological environment is very rapidly changing, so increased competition forces the firm to develop a new ways to survive and grow in the market. New technologies make it possible to improve machines, process, products, and services. Next, necessity for change. In a regulated environment of a pre 1991 era, the firm could have a relatively stable policies and practices. After 1991, the market forces have become turbulent, as a result of which the enterprises have to continuously modify their operations. Last point is the need for developing human resource. The new market condition require people with higher competence and greater commitment. Hence, there is a need for developing the human resource. Last point is loss of budgetary support to the public. The central government budgetary support for financing the public sector outlay has declined over the years. The public sector undertakings have realized that in order to survive and grow, they will have to be more efficient and generate their own resources for the purpose. So this chapter is over. In this chapter, lastly we discussed the concept liberalization, its features, privatization, its features, and globalization, its feature. Then we discussed the demonetization, its aims, and lastly we discussed the impact of government policy changes on industries in 7 points. So this chapter is over, students. Homework will be given to you when as per the schedule. Till then, okay, bye, thank you.